you did an amazing job.
Thank you.
I was feeling you. It looked like the crowd was feeling you.
Thank you.
Did you have a good time?
I did. Yeah, I love doing these events. It's not the first time I've done events or supported St. Jude. We're working on hopefully some prayerfully like official partnership or something. I would love to have that support with the Love Life Foundation.
Okay.
And I'm a firm believer that you can't go asking or begging people for things.
Right.
It needs to happen. I love that. I like this. I like the things that happen organic. I think the best partnerships, relationships, businesships happen when they happen organically, and you get the best results going back. The more you go back to, if you're working with children, the more you go back, or there's some program that happens every summer where they can grow with you, you can grow with them. Then it's it's fruitful to everybody involved. So definitely love working with them.
Okay, so you recently went to visit, right?
I did.
What was that? So I've been twice now, but what was that experience like for you?
As a father of
Yes.
4 biological children, it was I felt a lot of different emotions, going through that hospital. But the biggest emotion was probably joy and love that absolute strangers would go to that extreme to help people in need, families in need. If you know the history of the brother that actually started the facility and what inspired him, and such a remarkable life and legacy that he's left behind, not only through art, which is also healing and therapeutic, but also just through just being a caregiver, just being a bearer of life, and just wanting to help people, children in particular. This facility where you could take your child to make sure that they're good. I do a lot of work here at Children's Hospital. Annually we go by there and do gifts and stuff of that nature. But I couldn't imagine going through what some of these parents have been through.
I totally get it.
Yeah.
So of all the things that you could be doing, right? So you're singing, you're performing, you got people checking for you all the time. Why is it so important for you to give back to the community?
Well, I mean, I feel like as an entertainer, or as just somebody, just a human being, certain things get old to you, certain things, they get old to you, but there's certain things that'll never get old,
Right.
And that's like, helping people, caring about people. I always was in a public service department, before the world knew my name. I had many jobs, Giant Food. My last job was Tower Records.
Oh wow, that's
which I interacted with people every day. All my jobs were always in quote unquote like customer service, I guess you could say. Where I was either greeting the person when they first came in the store, and when they're leaving, or helping them with different items and stuff like that. So, this job has always been. I'm a firm believer you shouldn't do anything in life unless you're having fun and doing it and monetizing it at the same time. Whatever way you're monetizing your life, you should be having fun when you do it, and it makes it that much funner and cooler to be able to give back, you know what I mean? I think maybe that it's my calling. I probably have to say
When I saw gold, right, to living on purpose.
Yeah, definitely.
You doing it? You singing? You sharing your talent?
It's
okay, so is singing your first love? You got all these love songs.
It used to be. It's not though. It's not anymore. Like now, it's like doing humanitarian work, community work. Like there's nowhere that we don't pull up doing radio at this point or what have you, and then after or doing a show and then either the day before we hitting a shelter or donating clothes or going out and buying stuff at Walmart to take back to the shelter or. Or coming back later on to feed the homeless, or advocating for women relates to domestic violence, or just whatever that is. At that point, that's a very much part of my life, and I'm really more interested in trying to figure out how to transition to a full-time humanitarian. I'm never retiring.
I was supposed to say you quit. Okay.
No. I'm not retiring or quitting. I'm addicted to music. I have addictive personality.
It's your love drug.
I have addictive personality, so I'm learning how to love myself better in the process of my addictions and turning the negative addictions into positive addictions, and you know what I mean? Because we're creatures of habit. So by the time I touch 20 cities and with the Give Back component, with the Love Life Foundation of St. Jude's, you know, the 20 turns into 50, you know, and then, you know, then it turns into countries, and, you know what I mean? So it's, I'm looking forward to just, you know, allowing to fully open up and let the creator, let the universe use me for whatever the grand scheme of things are, you know?
Well, we appreciate
we just vessels at the end of the day.
We appreciate you as a person, for sharing your talent and for giving back. And especially in our generation, you don't kind of see that as much as you used to. You kind of rely on the old school generation to carry that torch.
Well, we gotta lead by example, you know. I'm a tender young old schooler, so
I feel you.
You know what I mean? But we gotta lead by example, and I'm hoping that you know, if you're gonna copy my style or bite me, this is what I want you to copy and bite me. You know what I'm saying? Because my falsetto is on a good day, you ain't touching that. So just, you know, following these footsteps and do this.
Well, I appreciate you for passing on the torch and still doing what's true to you and schooling the young people along the way.
All good.
Thank you for your time, sir.
Thank you. God bless you. Thank you.